Hello everyone, it is spider time. We are jumping back into Historic Brawl with Shelob. Now Shelob is a 6 mana 8/8 and she has Death Touch and Ward 2. Additionally, all of our other spiders are going to have Death Touch and Ward 2 while Shelob is out on the battlefield. And whenever a creature is dealt damage by a spider we control and that creature dies, we're actually going to create a token copy of that creature that is also a food. Now, keeping in tune with the spider tribal nature of this deck, we are running all of the spider cards. Additionally, we have a couple of other fun ways to get extra spiders. Things like Maskwood Nexus, which is going to let us create 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature tokens with Changeling. Now, these are also going to be spiders, so we'll be able to spend 3 mana and make a 2/2 spider each turn. Additionally, we have the spider token generation here on Lolth, which is going to be really good for us. Now that we have all of our spiders figured out, we also need some card draw to keep going into the late game, so we have cards like Great Henge, as well as Guardian Project, which are all excellent card draw engines in the green colors. And then the last thing we need, really, to enable this deck is ways to deal damage to our opponents. Things like Rabid Bite, Ram Through. All of these are not fight spells, but they will have our creatures dealing damage to our opponent's creatures, and since our spiders are going to have Death Touch, any amount of damage is going to be enough to kill them, which should be able to secure the game for us. Now, the mana base is fairly simple. We've got a normal mana base. We did include Mutavault since it will be a spider, since it has all creature types, as well as Secluded Courtyard, which we will pick spider for so we can cast all of our spiders. Now, if you guys have been enjoying my content so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest videos. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button down below. Let's go ahead and see how this deck does. Alright, well, this looks like a pretty good starting hand to me. We got some spiders, we got some ramp, we'll go ahead and keep. We're playing into the King of the Oathbreakers, so it's going to become very difficult to use our targeted spells against him. We're going to have Overgrown Tomb come in first. We'll play it tapped. No need to take life if we don't have to. There's Colossus Hammer. Alright. Let's go ahead and play our Guardian Idol tapped. Now we want to save our spider here for when we have an actual creature to sacrifice. Let's see. We'll go ahead and play out the Recluse this turn. Our spells are going to be more expensive because it's our opponent's turn. That's fine by me. Alright, opponent passes. Go ahead and play out Wolf. Swing. Let's make some more spiders. I do like some spiders. And there's King of the Oathbreakers. Alright, let's go Shelob here. Draw a card and lose a life. It's fine by me. Let's see, we're gonna keep the Recluse back, since it can block the King. Slow and steady, we're just gonna keep on getting our value. Now, the Skyfisher Spider might be the play for next turn. We can destroy one of his equipment. Could be beneficial. Also, we can use this to actually kill the King. Notably, he'll only phase out when the target of a spell, not necessarily an ability. It's the same reason why he's not phasing out when equipment is being attached. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to sacrifice one of our tokens. And we're just going to kill the King. Yep, opponent's a little bit confused. There is a difference between spells and abilities. It's totally fine. Move to combat. Bring our opponent down to 9. And now we have one more choice. I think we're just going to go with the spider. I would rather have more spiders on the board. The opponent's going to have to block. Okay. Ugin cannot destroy one of our spiders because they all have ward. Okay, let's go ahead and move to combat. I think we're just going to swing out like this. It's going to get 7 damage through. Looks good. Okay, we have an ambiguous spirit food token. And let's go ahead and play out another spider. We'll pass the turn. Can either use a food or use our clue to draw another card. Okay. We have so many creatures on the battlefield. Our opponent is definitely going to need a lot more blockers than this. Okay, key the archive. So they're looking for a way out here. Unfortunately, I don't think there is for them. Day of Judgment, they won't be able to cast because they don't have white mana. Yep. I think Lightning Helix would be... yeah, there they go. They picked Crimson Grip and got rid of that. We still have lethal on board. Opponent does have the mana to pay for the ward cost if they wanted to kill with Ugin, but they don't. That's a token. Alright.
Manifest before.
Okay. Opponent's off 4 mana, so I'm not even concerned about Settle the Wreckage or something like that. We should just have it here. Let's just go ahead and swing out. Yep. Good game. Alright, playing into Angrath. This looks like a good starting hand. We'll go ahead and keep. Starting with a swamp. Next turn we'll be able to play out Mindstone. Opponent off to an aggro early start. Let's go ahead and play that Forest and a Mindstone. Slow and steady, we're just going to keep on ramping. Okay, opponent plays out Golem. Let's go ahead and play out the Twin Silk Spider. Now we'll have blockers for both of our opponent's creatures. Maybe that'll dissuade the attacks. Okay. Do we want to block here? I actually don't think so. I think we're going to take the 3. More lands. Let's play out our Mammoth Spider. This is going to be an even better blocker. Looking good. Alright, opponent plays out a Slaughter Priest and Jury. Gonna get some value off sacrificing their creatures. We're gonna play out Shelob here. Opponent shouldn't have a way to interact with this. And then no attacks. We're gonna pass for now. Yep, opponent's drawing more cards. There is a chance that they can deal with the Shelob. Ideally, they do not. See, maybe our opponent plays out their commander. Feel like that would be pretty good. For us, at least. Then we'll be able to start swinging next turn. Let's see, though. Opponent's still thinking about what they want to do. Alright, Shieldred. We'll go ahead and draw a card. Now, we do have Blex here. This is gonna buff all of our spiders. I like that. Let's go ahead and swing out like this. Not with Shelob, because our opponent could block with Shieldred. Now, if we could kill Shieldred with one of our spiders, that would be awesome. I'd love to have Shieldred as a food token. Okay. Looks like we're just getting some damage through. That's fine by me. Play out another spider. Go ahead and end the turn. Go ahead and get a land into our graveyard. I'm actually pretty happy with where we're at in terms of lands currently, so definitely don't mind the downside on that card. Right? Our opponent is gaining life with Shieldred. I do want to be able to deal with her soon. Now, next turn, I might just swing out with Shelob because we can play her out again. That might be good. We're gonna have to keep Blex back. We'll see what our opponent does. Maybe they're gonna go ahead and kill the Blex. Okay, they cast Angrath. I'm actually fine with that.
Ever seen water burn? Use your crew.
Yep, okay, they take Blex, that's fine.
A fair price.
Alright, no attacks. Looks good. And they sack Blex, gain some life. Looking pretty good so far. Now, Bite Down is really nice for us. Let's just go ahead and use that right away. Gonna kill Shieldred, get a Shieldred food token. Awesome. Okay. Now that should even things out in a pretty nice way for us. We'll swing out like this. Then I'm actually gonna swing with two of our spiders. You know what? We'll swing with three over at Angrath. Force our opponent into some less than ideal blockers if they want to keep their commander alive. I'd love to take more of our opponent's creatures as food tokens. We do have our opponent down at 11 now. Let's go ahead and play out our land. End the turn. Looking good so far. Opponent's going to take 2, 4, and then 5 damage on their upkeep because of our Shieldred food token. Thanks, Shieldred. Looking good. Yep, looks like we've got it. Alright, good game. Alright, and here we are, playing into Sauron. We do have some low-costed spiders in hand and the Ornithopter, though I do want to see a little bit more in terms of ramp. I like this better. We'll go ahead and keep... Tomb is going to go ahead and enter tapped. We'll say hello back to our opponent. Next turn we have Guardian Idol. There's the Changeling Outcast, so opponent's going for the Amass Outcast route. That's pretty fun, and that's a good early draw. Next turn we'll have Key to the Archive. We can deal with Changeling Outcast with our Rabid Bite. Let's go Key to the Archive. Do we want Doomblade or do we want the Grip? I think we're gonna go here with Crows and Grip. And we'll discard our generic Reach Spider. I do want to hold on to this, just in case our opponent plays any annoying Amass-related enchantments. Yep. That's fine. Do have Shelob. So it's pretty good. We are far ahead of our opponent in terms of mana. Okay, well, here's a Faceless Agent. Looks good. Grabbing another spider. Let's go ahead and cast out the Snare Spinner as well. We'll go ahead and try and kill the Changeling Outcast as well. And we've got it, alright. Alright, on the play, playing into Braids. We're gonna take a mulligan here. This is gonna be a better starting hand. Go ahead and keep this. Start with the tapped Overgrown Tomb. Home plays out a Shambling Ghast. It's good seeing more lands. We'll get out the Thran Spider next turn. Unless we see something a little bit better. Nope, I think we're going for the Thran Spider. Ramp us and our opponent, but that's okay. Maybe it'll stall their Braids for a turn, because they want to use the Power Stone. It does not. They can sacrifice the Power Stone. Nope, we'll be keeping our Thran Spider, thank you very much. Go ahead and make your treasure token. Alright. Go ahead and play out another spider. Looks good, no attacks. We're getting closer and closer to being able to cast Shelob. That feels pretty good. Additionally, having a Braids food token off of Shelob would make our deck pretty powerful. It's going to give us some extra card draw, and we can sacrifice other foods, which are our opponent's creatures. Might be something worth considering. Having Sylvan Smite is really good for us. Opponent's probably thinking about whether or not they want to destroy our spider. They do. Let's go ahead and put the Shambling Ghast on the bottom of our opponent's library. I want to have some creatures in our graveyard since we have some of those synergies. Okay. I'm fine blocking like this. Stop the 3 damage from going through. They can keep their Reassembling Skeleton for now. And they sacrifice it. We'll decline, take the extra life. Alright, go ahead and play out a land. Let's go with the Web Spinner Cuff, since we can tap our Power Stone for that. And then the Twin Silk Spider, creating another token. We now have a whole bunch of spiders on our board. Now if we do draw the land for Shelob next turn, that's going to be so good for us. Then we'll have Sylvan Smite the following turn. I do like what we're seeing here. Okay, Midnight Reaper, sure. Likely gonna play out the Reassembling Skeleton again. No, Dreadhorde Invasion. That's fine. Yep. Cracks the treasure for the skeleton. We'll sack the skeleton to Braids. And I want to keep all my creatures for right now. Perfect, Secluded Courtyard, and of course we're going to pick the only correct choice here, which is Spider. That means we'll have Shelob out on the battlefield. And I'll go ahead and attack with... Now I want to keep up my better blockers. We'll attack with both of our small spiders. Looking good. Next turn, we've got Sylvan Smite. That's gonna take care of Braids. Then we can use our Braids food token to sack our Power Stone token. Ooh, I would actually much rather have a Sheoldred food token. This is significantly better. That's gonna stabilize us with card draw. Sure, that's fine. Get rid of our small spider token. Yep. We'll put a stop on our upkeep pre-draw. Yes, having a Sheoldred as a food token, absolutely insane. We'll take the 2 damage. It won't be too much longer that we'll be taking all that damage. Yep. Alright. Go Shelob, kill Sheoldred. Make a Sheoldred food token. And we've got it, alright. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. As we saw, this is a very fun Spider Tribal deck. Now, a lot of the value in our deck is wrapped up in Shelob and her abilities, so we do run into an issue if we can't stick Shelob on the battlefield, with us having a bunch of small creatures who can't really do too much. Though since we are running the Spider Tribe, we never have to worry about blockers. A lot of the time, we will have very good blocks, and it can stall out the game for a decent while for us. The other minor downside with this deck is Shelob's ability is very dependent on the creatures that we're taking as food tokens. Just getting a food token for taking one of our opponent's creatures out with a spider isn't quite as good as the effects that we get on that food token. So if our opponent is playing a good deck with strong creatures and we're able to steal those creatures as food tokens, that can secure the game for us, but it can be a little bit more difficult for us when our opponent's going a straight value route and not looking for creatures that have those fancy abilities to get them ahead. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching this video today. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any ideas for another deck you'd like to see me play, why don't you go ahead and leave that as a comment down below. I'll see you all next time.